In this video, I'm going to show you some affordable everyday carry gear under $50 on Amazon to help you level up your carry. Hello and welcome to Unbound Carry, the channel where we help you elevate your everyday. My name is Jeffrey McDuffie. Let's get right into it. So we're starting this video with the Knafs Lander 1 knife. Coming in at $45 at the time of recording, this knife punches far above its weight. Immediately on touching this knife for the first time, I was met with great ergonomics and a solid and robust feel. This is definitely a knife that's meant to be used and beat up, and I love that. The handles are G10 and the blade is made out of a D2 steel. It's a liner lock knife with a thumb stud, and the action on this just feels great. For me, the blade just flies out with force like it's ready to do some work. A cool feature of this knife is that the scales are designed to be removed easily, so you can actually go on their website and they have a ton of different options to choose from, so you can kind of change out the scales depending on your mood. And by the way guys, if you're interested in any of these products, I'll leave affiliate links down in the description below. Next up is the Civivi Praxis. Now Civivi is known for making some awesome budget knives, and the Praxis is no exception. At the time of recording, this knife is $30, which is just crazy to me. The ergonomics and build quality are solid for that price. This is also another liner lock with G10 scales and D2 steel. I will say I feel like the D10 needs a little bit of tuning because it takes some concentration to make sure that the blade deploys fully, but other than that, it's a great knife, especially at $30. While we're talking about Civivi, I have to at least mention the Elementum. Currently, at the time of recording, it's a few cents over $50, but I hope you'll excuse this exception. The Elementum is loved by EDC nerds for its value. It feels super premium with a satisfying action. I really love the flipper mechanism on this knife as it feels super easy to actuate, and I really like the understated look as well. I know this is going to sound a little bit weird, but the Elementum feels like a very friendly knife to be around. It feels understated and it's not really intimidating to people who aren't really around knives as much. And this version of the Elementum is, you guessed it, a liner lock with G10 scales and D2 blade steel. You can probably sense a pattern here. I also love the beautiful satin finish on the blade, which contributes to its aforementioned premium feeling. Real quick guys, if you're enjoying this video, then I would appreciate it if you gave it a like, and if you're really loving it, maybe consider subscribing. I make videos on bags, everyday carry, and tech, so if any of that sounds like it interests you, I think you'll like it here. Alrighty, back to the video. I feel like the CJRB Pyrite exploded in popularity, and rightfully so. It's a solid $40 to $50 knife with metal scales and a button lock opening, which is awesome. I really love metal scales, whether it be titanium, stainless steel, aluminum, or brass, and whenever I can find an affordable knife that uses metal scales, I'm always down to check it out. I would say that both the Pyrite and the previously mentioned Elementum are easily my favorite knives around that $50 mark. And the last knife on this list is one that I personally don't care for too much, but I recognize it as a classic, and it's going to be the Opinel folding knife. The cool thing about the Opinel knives are that they're insanely affordable. The one that I bought was for $18, which is crazy. It's got a locking collar, and I guess it would be classified as like a friction folder, but it looks very gentlemanly and distinguished. Alright, moving on from knives, the Orbit key organizer has been an awesome addition to my EDC, especially now that I have my own place. It eliminates the jingling sound that you get from your keys clashing together, and it makes it easy for you to find the key that you actually need. This organizer holds 2 to 7 keys, and it also has a D-ring for you to attach your larger keys, such as your car keys. I just love the leather as it adds a touch of class, and it'll attain a lot of character over time. The Nitecore TINI 2 is a compact keychain flashlight. It's rechargeable through USB-C and has a solid 500 lumen max output. The version that I have comes in titanium, which costs a little bit more, but not by much, still under the $50 price point. The user interface on this flashlight does feel a little bit confusing, specifically with the locking mechanism, but it's nothing that you can't get used to. Speaking of, the built-in screen is actually really useful for mitigating this, as it kind of lets you see what you're doing. I think a powerful keychain flashlight could be a great option for people who don't want to carry a dedicated light on its own. And lastly, we have the TomToc 1.5 liter Sling. This would be an excellent bag to extend your EDC beyond your pockets. It's RFID protected for your peace of mind. It's got super smooth zippers, and also it's made of a seemingly ripstop nylon. Unfortunately, there aren't too many details other than it being nylon, but it does seem to be ripstop, as I mentioned. The lining is a really bright orange/yellow, which I love. It makes it super easy to find your gear, and also the organization feels thoughtful and considerate. And that's it. I hope you were able to find something useful here, guys. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, I would appreciate it if you gave it a like, and if you really loved it, then maybe consider subscribing. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram at UnboundCarry. But that is all. Thank you so much, and again, remember, whatever you carry, carry it well. I'll talk at you later.